Hello and welcome to the ever-friendly ROWRAH here in the marvellous Lake District. It is round 4 of the Kart Championship. Things are getting serious. Championships are up for grabs and young Joe Bradley can give us all the skinny. What do you think is the key methodology, the key thing about ROWRAH? Apart from it being the first place you ever raced.
Oh, can I not tell that story again? I'm going to tell that story, no doubt. It's all about braking here, Nick. We've got we've got more than two massive braking areas, but it's all about getting into the hairpins and getting out of the hairpins. The other thing about ROWRAH is because of the nature of the stewardesses, the entry into that is it's a wide late apex. To optimise the line, you leave the door open. That's going to give us lots of overtaking opportunities. And I think the biggest factor is it's the penultimate round, the fourth round of 5 rounds. Time is running out for you to get back into championship contention. Time is running out and it can so easily slip away from you. And, just talking to these young drivers in the paddock, they are thinking championship. They are being intelligent about the way they go racing. They are not just I'm going to overtake the next kart. They're thinking, well, I might just settle for third or fourth because that's going to gain us points for the championship. So it's all to play for. I think we're going to have, as ever in the kart championship, we're going to have some exciting racing. We're in the entertainment business, Nick, and we are going to be entertained.
Well, what I actually heard from all that is there were a lot of desperate people making desperate moves to desperately make up points, but you're saying they're being sensible. Who's right, desperate or sensible? Joe is going to find out in the paddock.
So Casper Tomeski here, our reigning kart championship champion. It's going to be a tough fight. Penultimate round this one. We're going into the final round, but Casper, you've had a very, very strong showing so far. What are you thinking going into these final 2 rounds?
I'm thinking it's going to be tough, and it's tough to say because the drivers are all really close together, and don't really know.
So let me put it to you this way. So I've watched you race.
Yeah.
You never seem to hurry into any move. You hold back and then you watch. You're thinking all the time, I'd say.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Is that how you go about your racing? You
Yeah.
think about it. You don't hurry into it.
Yeah.
And that's obviously working for you. Is that how you approached last year? And is that how you won the championship by taking things slowly, so to speak?
Yeah, that's how I usually do it, and that's what I mostly do because for me it's easier to do it like that.
Yes. Yeah. And not make mistakes.
Yeah.
You've got the KMS team, the Cato Motorsport team behind you. How much benefit is it being in?
Pretty much every second you're in the team, and if you're not in the team, you pretty much don't get any benefits because there's no coach to help you, tell you the track lines, where to brake. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of work going on behind us. Was that your dad I saw just prepping your kart?
Yeah, it was my dad.
Yeah. And so is he your main mechanic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a lot to thank him for then, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he a good mechanic?
Yeah, he's a really good mechanic.
Yeah. Well, you're champions, aren't you, together? Now then, Casper, you're of Polish origin. You live in the UK, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there would be people in Poland who know you. You've got family in Poland. Would you like to give them a message in Polish?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Enjoyujcie race. Enjoyujcie live wyścigowów kartingowy. Enjoy.
Well done, mate. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Hope you have a great one, and here's to a good championship, as ever. Casper Tomeski, everybody. Little bit of controversy from the C50 Bambino qualifying. Noah Wicklow here, who we've seen run at the front so many times. There was a technical infringement regarding track limits. That put Noah at the back. Noah, you started at the back for your 2 heats, but wow, 2 fabulous races. Going to put you right up the grid for the super heats. Firstly, tell us about your heats and what it felt like to come through the field.
So what it felt like, because I was like, there was so many people in front of me. When I was getting past them, I was like, oh, should I go for the move? Nah. But I just wasn't hesitating, just went for the move. Tried to get up to the front so I could get really good for tomorrow. So when I do it, like when I go for a move, it's like,
Just tell us what you're thinking. So when you go for a move, you're determined to get that move, aren't you? So are you thinking, right, next? And you've gone past one, you go for the next one. Yeah, is that what you mean?
yeah. So the key to overtaking is if you at the back wheel, if they brake, hold on the accelerator longer so you can get around the corner. They go try and switch back, won't work because you'll have a better exit. They'll have to go really tight.
Now, how old are you?
8.
Right, so at 8 years old, you seem to understand how to be a racing driver, I think, because I watch you a lot. So you understand how to outbrake people, how to do the switchback, as you've just said. Who's taught you all of that?
My dad and then a coach.
So is your dad a good driver?
He used to race, but now he doesn't.
Yeah, we're too big, aren't we? Me and your dad. So you enjoyed today then, yeah, Noah? Yeah. So you came through to, I think, second in your first heat. Remind me where you finished in your second heat? Third. So a second and a third. You're going to be potentially on the front row. I don't know. I haven't seen the grid yet. You're second on the grid, right? So from second, what are you going to do tomorrow?
Push Logan Hodgett all the way. Last lap. We're going to battle and see who comes out on top.
And you know who's going to be the winner? Do you know who's going to be the winner, Noah? Me at Karting Live TV. No. We're all going to be the winner because this lad here is going to entertain us like he did today. Noah, that was a cracking race. I was really, you know what? You hardly touched anybody. When you do touch another kart, it's kind of not deliberate, is it? You didn't do it deliberate, did you?
No.
In fact, I can't remember if we touched anybody at all. I don't think you did.
No, not really.
I don't think you did. Who do you get the curls off then? Your mum or your dad?
So my mum took me to. So me and my cousin had a play date, and then one of my cousin's friends came around. And they had curly hair, and then the next day my mum asked me if I wanted my hair, and I was like, yeah. So
got some style as well. Give me 5. No Wicklow, everybody. Keep an eye on that name, everybody.
Not
Wicklow. I said Wicklow. I didn't say Wicklow there, did I? We'll cut it, don't worry. That's Nick who says that, not me. So the thing I certainly enjoy about the Kart Championship is the mix of quite big teams out of UK karting, but also privateers. Privateers like Frer Anderson here, who was in the Intermax class. He's here. Fraser, you're here with just you and your dad sorting your kart, aren't you?
Yeah, we quite like coming here. It's a good track. It's nice to get some practice here at ROWRAH.
Where are you from?
Scotland.
I know that. Whereabouts?
Fife.
Fife, right. I can tell you're from Scotland by your accent. So you and your dad come here, compete in the Kart Championship. You've had a bit of a mixed day, you tell me. Tell me a little bit about your day, will you?
So on Heat 1 we didn't have the best start, so we had to work up from last from 6th. So we ended up starting where we finishing where we started. Sorry.
Yeah.
And in Heat 2 we got a bit of a better start, but I just couldn't find any moves to make on the person in front.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, it's sometimes like that. That's close racing, isn't it? You also said that you've been working on something to improve your lap time. Can you let us into the little secrets that you've learnt today?
So I was trying to rush the corner where you come onto the track. So what my old team owner, he told me that I need to stop like rushing the corner, and I needed, if I couldn't make the move, I couldn't. So I just needed to wait till the next corner to make that move.
Yeah. Patience.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So you like ROWRAH as a track?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good track.
And are you in for the rest of the season? Will we see you at fullback?
Maybe not.
Maybe I should ask your dad that one, eh? He's the sponsor, isn't he?
Yes.
So I think it's great when I see the likes of yourself, Frer Anderson, here with your dad. You enjoy spending time with your dad and you compete together as a team, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah? Is he a good mechanic?
Very good mechanic.
Yeah, good, good. He's got to say that. You're standing there, Dad. Fraser, what will you be happy with tomorrow afternoon at the end of the day? What are you hoping for?
Top 4, top 5.
Yeah. Is that doable?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, good stuff. Best of luck. Hope you have a... And you know what? As long as you enjoy it, doesn't matter where you come, is it? As long as you enjoy it, and you sound like you're enjoying it.
Thank you.
We've seen how great the MightE Bambinos are and how close the racing are. But this is the next stage for the MightE, let's call it brand, shall we? This is the cadet kart. This is the all-electric cadet kart. And I've got some drivers here who've already sampled just how good or indeed how bad it is. I'm going to find out what the answers are. Harry Stinson here and Rhys Richardson. Harry, I'll start with you. You were out on this kart yesterday here at ROWRAH. So, what's your thoughts?
Pretty fast and it's pretty smooth too.
Rhys, you've been out on it as well, and you've both got experience of petrol engine karts. Firstly, you know, this is where this kart here will be where Honda Cadet 200s are, and also Micromax. So, in your opinion, Rhys, where does it fare against those petrol engine versions?
A bit quicker, like the Interspeed sort of thing, the Intermax.
Right. So it's is it quicker at the top end of the straight or out of the corner?
I would say all of it really. It's
really?
better out. It's better out the corners as well. Even though the petrol engines are quite good, but MightE's are better out the straight corner. So.
Now I heard that an unofficial cadet lap record was perhaps created yesterday for this kart, or it went faster. Who was it that did that? Was it you, Harry, or was it you, Rhys?
I wasn't racing yesterday, so I think it was Ralph Martin.
It was Ralph Martin. Ralph Martin tried this and went quicker. You looking forward to now this kart? I forgot to tell you, everybody. There's a potential that this kart is going to be in the kart championship next year, and if the MightE Bambinos are anything to go by, MightE Cadets are going to be otherworldly. Let's get the man who's perhaps behind this ploy to take over the karting world, Johnny Stinson. Johnny from MightE. I've got some, I'm not going to be overly technical, Johnny, but this is the next step forward, isn't it? From MightE Bambinos to MightE Cadets, isn't it?
Yeah, so we've been working on this for maybe 6 months now, since we've seen the success, and everybody's been, really enjoyed the MightE Bambinos. So we thought, okay, it's time to get to the next step and do the MightE Cadet. So yeah, we've set it for Micromax performance. It can do Intermax performance. It can do Honda Cadet. It can do Water Swift. We just set it to each of those settings, and off we go. There is potential that it could actually do Junior. But we haven't pushed that just yet. But yes, it could be potentially be one motor unit that you use for £200 a month, and it can take you from your 8 years old until you're potentially in juniors. So you get one kit to last you all that time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's working well.
Yeah, we love the MightE Bambinos, the racecraft, the racing from it. The thing that I've gotten from the paddock with regards to these electric karts is the simplicity of the running from them. Yeah. You've got the 2015 Le Mans 24-hour winner, for instance, who says he loves working on these karts because it's not too complicated for him, and he works with a hybrid sports car. So that's got to be attractive to people out there who don't know one end of a 10 milli spanner from the other, doesn't it?
That's right. Like it's about making it fair and equal for everybody, whether you're arriving in your estate car with it in the boot of the car, or whether you're arriving as part of a team, and everybody should have an equal chance, and not just about how much money you can spend on engines. So fair and equal racing at a fair price, and it's showing that it works. Parents nowadays don't generally know their way around carbs and jets and all those sort of things, where with this, if you can plug it into the wall and charge it for half an hour, you're ready to go again. So simplicity, and we're trying to create the best drivers. Come to the front when everybody's got the same power. Your dad just has to set your tire pressures and a little bit of setup, oil the chain, charge the battery, and off you go.
Now, there's talk, you mentioned that there's a potential of this being part of the Kart Championship next year. Is that, I mean, for me, as long as you've got a fleet of them, that's pretty realistic, isn't it? I mean, what?
We're working hard with some of the guys at Motorsport UK just to make sure all the boxes are ticked.
Right.
It's early days yet, but I think we're making all the right noises, and we've actually got a link on the website where people can register their interest
Right.
in running it for later this year or next year, and we're creating a lot of interest, thankfully.
Great stuff.
So,
well, we look forward to electric cadet racing, potentially 2025. I'm not going to wish my life away and wish it was here already, but I'm really looking forward to this, and it's good for the environment. Women in motorsport, that's a subject that we could talk about for hours, but here's a young girl who's in motorsport, and she's been pretty hard to beat today. All right, there was a technicality that spoilt your first heat, which you blitzed. You blitzed the second heat. You obviously like ROWRAH. Bella Fairclough is her name, by the way. Keep that one in your hat. You obviously like ROWRAH, Bella.
Yeah, we went here for a test day a couple of weeks back. Just getting used to the track, 'cause we haven't been here in ages since Honda's, so it's quite a relief when I got onto the track and saw my pace against all the other karters. So I'm setting some good pace today. I'm really happy with how the heats went.
You were setting some very good pace. I mean, is it the nature of ROWRAH, because it's heavy braking into those, those tight hairpins? Is that something that you think you've got the edge on?
Yeah, it's quite a nice track because there's some parts where they're fast and flowing, which I really enjoy going fast through those corners. And I like the heavy braking zones. I feel like I'm really comfortable overtaking there. And just overall, the scenery is really nice as well, which kind of pushes me on as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it used to be one of my worst tracks, but ever since I've gone into juniors, it's actually become one of my favourites, which is really good.
So when you moved into the junior kart, which is a lot more grip, it's a bit quicker, that sort of just clicked, did it?
Yeah, I mean, like there's so much faster on the straights now. And it's just before in the Hondas it was quite slow. It took forever going down the straight, so I guess speeds helped me go through the track a lot more as well.
Yeah. Now that I've got you here, Bella, we talk about women in motorsport, and I was just asked a question quite recently. I was at Le Mans actually about what is stopping women being successful in motorsport, and there are all sorts of theories where I'm going to put to you, right? And give me your honest opinion, because here you are, a girl who is competing with boys and winning, right? So you're on a level playing field. So there's no reason why girls can't do well certainly in karting.
Yeah, I mean it's obviously easier in karting because it's not as expensive as well. But I've hardly seen. There's only like 2 or 3 girls on every grid, and it's quite heartbreaking to see because, you can start indoor karting. It's really easy as long as it's what you want to do. You love it. You enjoy it. You've got the. You don't even have to have family experience as long as you want to be good at it and you want to push forward and everything. Because I got through this into indoor karting ages ago, and I've just loved it ever since.
Yeah.
But it's quite a change going from karts to cars and single seaters. So maybe it's just a bit daunting for some people, but. Yeah, as I'm going into my teenage years now, and we were thinking of doing F4, British F4 and stuff, because it's quite it's easy to get into F4 as long as you know the right people, but it's unfortunate that some people don't have those connections.
Yeah.
I guess they just need to be put themselves out there.
Can I ask you about the physicality of the kart? You mentioned there being in a cadet, and usually, from my experience, young girls, when they move up to the junior category and then the senior Rotax category, the grip level and the physicality of the kart is what kind of stifles them. But you're proving that not to be the case at all. And you haven't exactly got a lot of shoulders on you, have you?
Yeah. I mean, I go to the gym often, but
How often?
I kind of sort of have a home gym at the moment, like just doing cardio and everything, but I do usually go to the gym about 2 to 3 times a week, which obviously helps with the G-force going around the corners.
Yeah, because that's what I mean by physicality.
Yeah.
The G-force increases, certainly from your junior kart back to when you were in a cadet.
Yeah, but you don't need to be as strong as you think. Like, as long as, seat time in the kart helps just mentally and physically, because you're getting used to the conditions. Your muscles just build muscle memory.
Right.
So but obviously I haven't been into senior or cars yet, so I don't know how different that will be. But in karting at the moment, I'm finding it okay at this time.
Let's bring in Amelie here, who's another girl, female, competing here at the Kart Championship. Amelie, you're in Junior Primo, right? You're in Junior Rotax, so you're in the 12 to 14-year-old category, Bella. You are obviously older than 14, Amelie, yeah?
Yeah, well, I'm 15 in 2 weeks.
Right,
so.
okay, right. So, we've just been talking about females in motorsport, and here you two guys are, guys, I use that in the general term, you know what I mean, but you're competing on a level playing field. Do you even think about, I'm competing with boys out there?
I think it definitely seems to come up sometimes. The boys seem to notice more than we do, but it's kind of, I think it's become a normal that there's going to be more girls, there's going to be more boys at the moment in motorsports than girls, so you're going to come across boys wherever you go in motorsport at the moment. So.
Yeah, but that doesn't put you off at all, does it?
No, I don't think so. It doesn't seem to make a huge impact, so.
Yeah. What exactly is it about racing, about motorsport that attracts you as a girl? Why are, some people who are perhaps a little bit narrow-minded would be thinking, why aren't you riding a pony? What would you say to that?
I think it's just everyone has a sport they love, and this is my one. It's just I've always been interested in motorsport since I was like 4, so I've kind of grown up watching it on the telly, and I love it too much to go and do anything else.
Now everybody just get this in here, please. What's wrong with that wrist there?
So about 5 years ago I got tendinitis, so I've been driving with it and it kind of flares up every so often, so it's currently being a bit painful at the moment. So
I would imagine racing a kart is great for that, isn't it?
Yeah, lovely. It's definitely a little bit painful at the moment, but yeah, we're getting through it.
So do you guys have a female racing celebrity, a racing driver, a female racing driver that you kind of look up to that from the past, perhaps?
Definitely. Like Jess Hawkins has always been one. Obviously, she's recently been into F1, an F1 car with Aston Martin. But like even when she was just racing normal cars, I mean, I think she's just been a real celebrity for me because she's pushed through all of the criticism and everything that she's been pushed at her, and she's gotten really far, and she's doing what she loves, which is really inspiring.
Yeah, brilliant. And you, Amelie, have you got anybody?
To be honest, I was also going to say Jessica Hawkins. But I think another person that I quite have looked up to, unfortunately, she passed away from cancer 2 or 3 years ago, but Sabine Schmidt was the fastest woman around the Nürburgring, and the fact that she won, I think, I looked up the other day, I think she won it in the 24 hours of the Nürburgring in 1996 and 1997.
I've got a career in motorsport commentary for you when you're with that sort of anorak sort of detail.
Yeah, it's definitely an interest for me, but yeah, the fact that she was so good, and the fact that she also was on TV quite a bit talking about it, so the fact that she was there is definitely a huge inspiration as well.
Great stuff. I'm hoping that when this programme goes out that you guys, again, the general term, guys, will be an inspiration to girls out there who are thinking about taking up karting and taking up motorsport, but are kind of put off. What would you say? I'll start with you first, Bella. What would you say to any girls out there in watching the live stream about, why not? Why would you say, yes, come along, join in? Because it's a level playing field, as you're proving.
I mean, there's so many. Obviously, it's definitely improved everyone around here has obviously gotten into their heads that, it's okay for a girl to race. It's not out of the normal. It's kind of got a bit normal now. Obviously, there still isn't that many people on the track that are girls, but I just think, you need to put yourself out there, and it's never as bad as you think. Try it. If you love it, then that's great. If you don't, then that's always fine. You can always go back to what you're normally doing, but it is really enjoyable going around tracks and racing cars.
What would you say to everybody out there who wants to join in?
I think I'd probably say that don't let the fact that it's seen as a male-dominated sport at the moment put you off. It's definitely a level playing field, and it's a huge amount of fun. We have a lot of fun here, and I think, yes, again, as Bella said, if it's not your cup of tea, it won't be, but but it's worth giving it a try and seeing how far you get.